Hey, what up YouTube? This is iZonk. Thanks for tuning in. In this video, I'm gonna dive into the drive gauge meter management of Street Fighter 6. A very important aspect in my opinion, one of the most interesting ones. Now, the moment that I decided that I was gonna make a sport out of having more drive gauge than my opponent, I started playing a little bit slower and I started winning more. So in this video, I'm giving you 4 small practical tips that you can implement to improve your game. If you like this content, give it a thumbs up and let's waste no more time and take it full screen, alright? Before we get into the tips, we do a short recap on how you build meter in Street Fighter 6. So if you're walking back or you're passive, it slowly rebuilds your gauge. But if you dash or walk forward, or if you attack your opponent with special moves or buttons, your drive gauge is going to build. If your opponent blocks your moves, especially heavies and special moves, they'll start losing gauge until they're out of gauge, they're burned out. And now they'll take 4 extra frames of block stun, they'll get wall splat into a stun, all kinds of good stuff. Now if you look at my meter there and you look at Lily's meter, you'll see that if she actually blocks a drive impact, she loses about half a bar, half a drive gauge bar. But if she actually gets hit by a drive impact, she'll lose a full bar. On top of that, you can also use your supers to take away bar from your opponent. So level 1 here will take away 1 bar. If you use a level 2, it takes away a full bar. Now level 1 is half a bar, level 2 is a full bar, level 3 is 1.5 bars. And if you actually hit somebody with a CA, it'll take away 2 full bars of drive meter. Now, what the opponent can do here is they can parry, right? It takes half a bar to parry, and if you parry anything, you'll get back that half a bar. If you get the perfect parry right there, you'll even build half a bar, right? Now, if you throw somebody out of a parry, it's a punish counter. If you get punish countered by anything, you lose a full bar. So that's a heavy penalty. Now, let's start looking into the ideas, right? The first one I want to talk to you about is the stun. When you stun somebody, you have quite some time to do a jump-in combo, right? So it behooves you to walk forward first, because that'll regenerate your bar faster. This is something all the pro players do. Here we see Hikaru's Aki getting burned out against Kawano's Luke. Luke's gonna put her in a corner, and then he's gonna walk forward after the stun to build more bar, and then he decides, oh wait, I have bar, I can almost kill her. I think he thought he was gonna kill, it didn't, but it puts her at the brink, right? 1 hit away, and he can throw her for the kill. So after stun, you want to walk forward a bit to regain your drive gauge. Next up is you can look at the drive gauge bar of Ryu here. If you combo into drive impact here, you'll take away a lot of drive gauge. Now this is something you have to lap with your character. For Luke, he can use crouching heavy punch to combo into drive impact. Here, this gentleman right here is Automatic, one of the best Jamie players and a really good YouTuber. You should watch him. And he's playing against Manon here. He doesn't have super, so he is close to burning her out. So he combos his Jamie into a drive impact, and that'll burn out Manon there. So that's something to think about. Next up is the parry, right? The parry takes half a bar to activate. So what you can do is, if you see somebody parrying a lot, you can bait that parry. Either throw them out of the parry or do something that whiffs or don't do something, right? Just have him parry. So with Luke, he's privileged in that area because he has short fireballs. So you see me play here against another Luke player. He's parrying my fireballs, so I'm intentionally doing short fireballs here, and that'll burn him out. We'll see this clip come along later on in the video. Next up, let's talk about super here. When you're burned out, you see a lot of people are gonna try to wall splat you for the stun, right? So you can just mash your super, but that's pretty difficult. It's easier to actually do a button that's cancelable. That often baits the drive impact, and then you can cancel that button into a super, like you saw my Luke just do. Let's go back to the clip of the game against the Luke player here. Look at the drive gauge, look at the life bar, right? I have a life lead and I have a drive gauge lead. I got him in a corner. So what I'm doing here is I'm not taking that much risk. Now he has way more drive gauge than me, so I cancel into the level 3 super. That is something I didn't do before because I wanted to save that for the kill. But now I have him in a corner with a massive life lead, I have Oki, and I have a drive gauge lead. So I'm in the driver's seat right here. So here, I'm just baiting his drive parries here. He's down to almost like half a bar. He's almost burned out and he's in the corner there. This jump here is a bit questionable looking back at it, but here he jumps out and he's dead. So I just keep him in the corner. I'm draining his drive gauge. I'm keeping my advantage and my momentum. So that's something that I've been implementing lately and it's doing a lot for me. If you like the content, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments if this was helpful at all. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.